When was the moment for you? Now you're in college. I know this is kind of all over the place. It's okay. I'll wrap it up somehow. But you're in college. You've got words. You've got this intro to classical style music. When in your life do you feel like this could be more than a hobby for you?
Man, I'm like 19 years old or something like that, and I go home back to Mesquite for Christmas or something, probably Christmas. And I told my parents how, I was liking music and I wanted to play guitar and all this. They took me down to a pawn shop, bought me $100 pawn shop guitar, an acoustic guitar. Took it back to college, trying to learn how to play, It's not easy. But, you don't know any musicians. I'm not a musician. I don't have a musician. I did meet one guy who was a musician, a guitar player.
You
I would try to
didn't
hang
have YouTube
around.
back then either.
No, I know. YouTube would have been great.
Yeah.
But I had this one guy that played pretty good. And I would just go over to his house and try to play with it. And I was terrible. I'm like, thank you, whoever your name is, I forgot. But thank you for putting up with me because he was good and I was terrible. And he would just let me play with him. And so I just kept playing and kept playing and kept playing. And then at some point, my life changed. And for 10 years or so, I didn't even pick up a guitar for 10 years or so. Then I saw Jason Boland play live one time. And I was like, whoa, dude, this is incredible. I can do that. I mean, I got me a guitar again and started playing again. And, I knew the chords. I didn't really have much of a rhythm, but I just kept doing it. And I couldn't sing at all. I mean, I would sing and people would play, please don't do that. Please stop.
Were your influences mainly country? Was there? Because I see so much soul and blues. And
yes, I listened to blues was my first thing. I was into Robert Johnson and Son House, and back in college, that's who I was into. But I was also into like Pink Floyd and the Doors and Led Zeppelin. So I came from more of a blues rock. And then, like I say, Jason Boland, he showed me that, we can go this way too. So then I started putting it together. Blues, rock, country, and putting them together.
When did you start songwriting?
Well, I had wrote one song in college. Not like a whole song, but I just started writing.
Yeah.
I just started. And it was not a real song. I still sing a couple lines of it just for fun in a song. It's a blues song, just straight 12-bar blues. But really, then, after I see Jason Boland, I probably was 30-something years old at this point. Yeah, I'm 30-something years, 35 or something. I see Jason Boland. I was like, whoa. Then I started getting involved in that scene, that Red Dirt scene. I would go see all of them. Stony the Root, Cross Canyon Ragweed. And I was studying these people. I'm studying them. And I'd go home and I'd try to play their songs. And I would write songs. Now, obviously, because of poetry in college, I already had an idea of how to write a song. It's just like writing a poem.
Exactly right.
A poem is a song. So I'm trying to write songs. But you got to have rhythm and you got to sing to it. So it makes it more difficult. I just kept doing it. And they all sucked I wrote 20 songs and they all sucked. And then finally, they didn't suck anymore.
So how'd you get through that? Going from sucking to not sucking?
Just continually doing it.
Repetition.
And it doesn't matter what anybody says. Because they say it sounds like shit. And they leave the room and I start playing. Fine.
And so your influences at that moment in your life are Red Dirt, right?
Yes,
that's what you're seeing.
Red
so
Dirt.
when you start songwriting, is that what's shining through, or are those blues influences coming through?
That's
as well?
there in me. So it comes out. But I'm trying to write songs like Jason Boland, Crush Canyon. I'm trying to write songs like that.
Yeah, because that's the beautiful thing about songwriting is you can be inspired by something in the moment.
Yeah.
Right? Like you could be listening to, just pick anybody, right? Ray Charles. You could be listening to Ray Charles, but if you have a Southern rock background, then your Ray Charles writing is going to have some Southern rock vibes. So that's the beautiful thing about music.
So the songs that we cover are not the normal cover songs. Like I cover Colors by the Black Pumas.
Yeah.
I color songs by like Curtis Mayfield. I go.
What's the strategy in that? Just picking those songs.
That's what I like.
Yeah.
And that's what I like. And then the funny thing is, I don't sound like Curtis Mayfield, but when we put it together, people think that's my song.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they say, wow, that's a great song.
They haven't heard those songs before.
Or they haven't heard it in 30 years. Leon Russell, we do Leon Russell songs. Yeah. We do what we want. And so, but people think I wrote them. I say, no, I ain't me now. But I sing it a little differently. I make the songs my own.
And that's when you can tell a good songwriter is when you go to a show and you can't tell the difference between a cover song and an original song.
Yeah.
that's when you know you have something.
Yep.
You know,
My new lead guitar player, Jason Swan, who's amazing. He's 25 years old. And he's already a incredible guitar player. So when I first talked to him, somebody gave me his reference, and I talked to him, and I said, "Yeah, we play originals now. You check them out on Spotify, YouTube. They're on all streaming sites. Tommy Simpson and Loaded Dice." So he said, and later on, he told me, he goes, "Man, when you told me that, I was like, oh." He's like, "Oh man, somebody writes their own song, you know. Oh God, I gotta get it." He's like, so he goes in thinking it's gonna suck real bad. He listens to it, he goes, "Oh man, I want to be in this guy's band." So now he's in the band. He's incredible. He's incredible.
one thing I always find interesting about artists is kind of their genesis at beginning in music, and then kind of trying to look back over, decades of reflection of how that ended up happening or ended up shaping you now. But you got a late start.
Yeah,
So,
really.
like, you did find some interest around your late teens, but there was a 15-year period there where that music was just dormant inside of you. Do you regret that period where you really didn't have any music things happening for you?
Well, I do not regret that. I don't regret anything in my life. But I will say that during that time, I was forming who I am now in order to be able to write the songs that I did. So, yeah, I could be a lot better now. I could have a lot more material now. But I wasn't ready to write songs. I had to do what I did for that 10, 15 years in order to get to where I could write real songs. Mm-hmm. Not just fluff, not just writing songs.
So maturity, basically. You needed that
I needed
maturity.
to mature.
Yeah.
I needed to mature. I was living song.
Yeah.
Those 15 years. Now I'm writing them. I don't need to live like that.